It's here. This I class as a midlife crisis. I don't know when a midlife crisis is meant to start. I'm only 37. But I do feel a bit older. How do I feel a bit older? When I go to the gym, when I do a run, all these kind of things, I feel the aches and pains a little bit more longer after than what I used to. I don't bounce back as quick. So, in an endeavour to feel a little bit more younger and indeed stick with the longevity side of stuff, I've decided to get this. Any guesses? If you have been watching this vlog, you will have seen me out with the bike with Archer, teaching him how to, well, attempting to teach him how to ride his bike. Oh. And in doing so, I kind of like think of myself like, why is he just not getting this? Like, I remember the girls, they just seem to get it like that. And he was getting very frustrated. I'm just like, what is going on? So I think, had a little think to myself, this is about a week ago, this idea, this now came. What can I do to show him that, you know, to get into that same sort of mindset of really struggling with something that could be very basic for someone else and basically starting from scratch at my age. So, skateboard. I used to skateboard as a kid. When I say used to skateboard, I had zero skill. I lived in a sort of a seaside town in Northern Ireland where there was curbs everywhere. It just was not the place to skateboard. If you want to do any decent skateboarding, you had to go way up, you know, into like Bangor and go to the skate parks and stuff. And you know, if you couldn't get a lift, you know, you weren't getting there enough to go do all the practicing. So skateboarding was just like skate a little bit down the curb, up the curb, skate a little bit down the curb. It wasn't like what we were watching on MTV and stuff. And with a new skill set, oh man, I just feel so, oh my goodness. This seems like a good idea. That is way more core stability. So in fact, I'm probably gonna, I actually will have an effective, good core stability, which is only going to help the job staying injury-free. When I say injury-free, that's a key takeaway about this as well. I must remain injury-free, because if I get injured doing silly stuff like this, yeah. But hey. I think I'm also, after the first test run, I'll probably see, is going to have to require PPE, so personal protective equipment. Because like I said at the start of this video, I don't bounce back as quick from fitness training. So I reckon if I take a good hard fall from one of these bad boys, I'm not going to bounce back as quick. Anyway, we've got a few more errands to do today before we can get out in this, but this is going to be, we're going to be taking our first test run today. When the boy comes home, take him out on his bike and get amongst it. Most interesting thing, I believe being in the army is going to help me with this, is when I just minced around as a kid with this here, it was just like looking at big half pipes and all this kind of stuff on MTV, thing, right, I want to go and do that. Whereas being in the army now and being an adult has taught me about, you know, when you're shooting your rifle and you're learning new skills, it's learning the basics first and really slowly progressing up, which I believe that kind of mindset is going to help me with this. But all these like skills of just jumping on the board and off the board would have bored me to tears as a teenager. But something like that is just boring, but it's getting the basics. I'm doing it on carpet now because it's not rolling around the place. We'll see what the crack is later on when we go out with him on the bicycle. We have got a few more errands to do, more adult stuff, before that happens. But yeah, exciting times. Skateboard, good to go. And the documentation of this will continue on after this daily vlog to see actually how good we can get at this. And the good thing is, when I go back to Turnhill, that's where my regiment is, there's actually a mini skate park there. So I've got no excuses to be able to practice. Right, there we go. Useless skill is going to be unlocked. Let's see if we can do this trick. Oh! Some fishy here, like. That's a main meal and that's that price. Some chorizo for cheese pasta I'm going to make tonight. Ooh, do I get alcohol? Right.
I need to learn how to do this bike. And copy half.
Yeah, you do need to learn to do the bike and you will do it.
Yeah.
And
I need a copy for me.
Remember, nice and slow. Remember, keep them fingers quite close to your brakes. You're going fast today. Right, see if you can turn. Don't sack it. Don't sack it. You're alright. You're alright. Right, that's a perfect little. Put your feet up into the things. I'll just push you off because you're going to catch your feet in the pedals. No, put your feet in the pedal and on the other pedal. Don't, you have to balance. I've got you. You don't have to balance. Right, that was a perfect example, yeah? Right, see the way you let a wee out of you? It's because you felt like you were losing control. Now I want you to reach your fingers forward and pull. No, now have a look. See here? You do want to pull them there because look, you might just nip yourself there. So what you want to do is get your fingers in this bit here, and that's where you do your pulling. Right, what I want you to do now is practice. No, what are you doing? I've got you, don't worry. You're not going to fall. I've got you. What I want you to do now, yeah, is cycle to this next white line, and then what I want you to do is stop by using your brakes, okay?
But I can't do that.
Yeah, but we're going to practice that. You ready? Yeah. Push.
Can I have porridge tomorrow?
Yeah, let's not think about breakfast. Come on. Right, there we go. Off you go. Off you go. Right, let's think about car parking. Now, what I want you to do now is bring your fingers forward to them brakes and slowly pull them in. Can you feel yourself slowing? Yeah. Hey! See? That's a safe stop. Huh? Good. So the next time, if you're going too close to that grass, that's all you got to do is just pull them in. See? That's how it works. Right. Go for it. What I want you to do now then, is because we've got all the space, is practice your left and right turnings, yeah? While they're doing that, I'm going to practice a few Ollies. Oh, I think I just landed an Ollie. Oh my. I genuinely think I just landed an Ollie. Harper, I need your eyes. You can still cycle, but I just need you to tell me if all these wheels come off the ground. Yeah, like a jump. Yeah? I don't know if I'm doing it or not, I can't see. Ready? So all the wheels have to come off the ground. Oh no.
Yes!
Did they?
Every morning.
That's called an Ollie.
I didn't see that. Whoa! They all came off. You're gonna break it.
Oh,
It's not gonna break it.
good lad. Absolutely nailing it.
You got a skateboard?
You're glad I got a skateboard? This is where I miss being a kid. You just pick up things so fast. The boy is completely nailed riding the bike, I think. And Harper has just jumped on my skateboard and absolutely killing it with the balance. Both of them. Look at that. Both achievements today. And I suppose it's like anything, I would just sort of challenge you. If you've got anything out there, you don't necessarily have to jump on a skateboard, but if there's something out there like a skill set or a hobby or a niche or just something that you've just, what would be the right word? Romanticized, is that a right word? Or just thought about it, I would just go for it, get amongst it. If you're able, as in physically able to do it, and there's nothing holding you back, go and do it, because it's just fun. That is the key thing, that key mindset, that key ethos is have a bit of fun, because you have a bit of fun, it's good to go. And to be honest, when I seen him riding that bike, and he's just like, oh, I'm so proud of myself, and he was like all like getting in amongst himself, that's very, very rewarding. And I think as adults, we forget that feeling. So I think it's just very important to try things for fun once in a while to try and get that spark back again. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me on today's vlog, and I shall see you again tomorrow. See you in a bit.